You know, we are all surrounded by an unseen world. It's in the air we breathe, it's on the food we eat, it's even on our own skin. There are entire universes just teeming with life, totally hidden from us. Well, today we're going to talk about the key that made it all visible, the microscope.
So think about this. What's really hiding in a single drop of water? Is it just, well, water? Or could it be a bustling city of microscopic organisms, a complete ecosystem playing out in a space smaller than your fingertip? For almost all of human history, we had absolutely no idea. So let's dive into the tool that changed everything.
You see, the fundamental problem is actually pretty simple. Our eyes have limits. We can see giant mountains and distant stars, but there's a whole other dimension of reality, this hidden world of cells and bacteria and viruses that exists completely beyond what we can naturally see.
And this is the solution. The microscope is basically our window into that hidden world. At its core, its job is just elegantly simple: to take what is impossibly small and make it large enough for us to see, revealing the incredibly intricate machinery of life itself.
So when did we first get the key to this micro world? Well, the story starts not in some modern high-tech lab, but with a Dutch drapery merchant, of all people, way back in the 17th century.
Right, so this is where one person's curiosity literally changed the course of science. A Dutch scientist, Antonie van Leeuwenhoek, he crafted his own really simple microscopes and then just pointed them at everything he could find. In a drop of pond water, he discovered what he called animalcules, these tiny swimming creatures. He was the first human to ever see single-celled organisms. And this wasn't just a discovery, it was the birth of an entire field of science, microbiology. Okay, so how does that classic light microscope, the kind you probably used in high school science class, how does it actually work? Its design is really quite simple, but it's an incredibly powerful tool for peeling back that first layer of the invisible world. It's actually a brilliant two-step process. First, the lens that's closest to what you're looking at, the objective lens, does the initial heavy lifting. It creates a magnified image. Then, the lens you look through, the eyepiece, acts like a magnifying glass for that already magnified image. It's a clever trick of compounding magnification. And all that power comes from some really simple math. If your objective lens has a power of 40x and your eyepiece is 10x, you don't add them. No, you multiply them. And just like that, you're seeing the object at 400 times its actual size. This compounding effect is the real secret behind the light microscope's power. But here's the catch. Light itself has a physical limit. You can only see things that are bigger than a wavelength of light. So to go even smaller, to see something like a virus or a single strand of DNA, scientists had to ditch light completely and turn to a much, much smaller particle, the electron. And this was a quantum leap in our vision. Instead of using photons of light, electron microscopes fire a beam of electrons at a sample. And because electrons have a much shorter wavelength than light, the level of detail they can resolve is just staggering. We went from seeing the rough outline of a cell to literally mapping the individual atoms that make it up. And they come in two main flavors. You've got the transmission electron microscope, or TEM. It acts kind of like a biological X-ray, firing electrons through a super thin slice of a specimen to see its internal structures. Then you have this scanning electron microscope, or SEM, which is different. It bounces electrons off the surface to map it out, creating those stunning, super detailed 3D images we all know. So one looks inside, the other looks at the surface. Okay, so the technology is incredible. But this isn't just about making cool pictures. This newfound vision completely revolutionized how we understand the world, from medicine all the way to geology. Let's really look at that impact.
Take medicine, for example. Before the microscope, disease was a total mystery, right? It was often blamed on bad air or evil spirits. But suddenly, doctors could actually see the enemy. They could see the bacteria in a wound or the malformed cells in a tumor. Identifying the cause of a disease was the first critical step towards curing it. I mean, almost every single medical treatment we have today started with someone looking through a microscope. And it's the exact same story in genetics. The idea that traits are inherited is ancient, but nobody knew how it worked. The microscope gave us the answer. For the very first time, scientists could literally watch chromosomes pair up and separate as cells divided. They were witnessing the physical mechanism of heredity playing out in real time, turning this abstract idea into something they could actually see.
And the impact goes way beyond the life sciences. Geologists use microscopes to understand the history of our planet by looking at the crystal structure of rocks. Material scientists use them to design stronger, lighter materials. It's become a fundamental tool for seeing the structure of, well, almost anything. This whole journey started with a single glass lens, but believe me, it is far from over. Today, the microscope is evolving once again, merging with the power of digital technology and AI.
The digital revolution has completely transformed the microscope. That old image of a lone scientist squinting into an eyepiece, that's gone. Now we have high-resolution cameras capturing these incredible images on massive screens. These images can be saved, analyzed, and shared instantly with collaborators all across the globe, and even fed to powerful AI that can spot patterns a human eye might miss.
It really all comes down to this. The microscope is so much more than just a tool. It's an extension of our senses. It fundamentally expanded our perception of reality, showing us these intricate layers of existence that were always there, just hidden from sight. And it continues to be at the absolute heart of discovery every single day. Which, of course, leaves us with one final, tantalizing question. We've gone from seeing cells to seeing individual atoms. As our tools get even more powerful, what's the next hidden world they're going to reveal? What fundamental secrets about our universe are still out there, just waiting for us to look a little bit closer?